Minnesota, which is what we say a purple state. And so it is a pretty competitive state every time we have a presidential election. The governor is originally from Nebraska. That means Nebraska is in play. I always say we win elections when we make people's lives better. In Minnesota and in Michigan, we had a Democratic trifecta. They know which party is advocating for them every single day, making their lives better, making things easier for them. And so taking care of your neighbor means, again, universal school meals, right, to alleviate the high cost of living that a lot of people have seen in Minnesota and across the country and in swing states. It means cutting taxes. We had a pretty big surplus here in Minnesota, and we use that surplus to bring down property taxes for working class families in Minnesota. So I think the question is, how do we kind of translate Minnesota politics and the way we think about things with Michigan? We have shared values as states in the Midwest and states of the Great Lakes. I think we all want to make sure that our water source remains clean. Michigan has certain industries that they're stronger in, like the car industry. Under Vice President Harris, the car industry got a big boost, right? United Auto Workers, like that union is supporting the Harris Walz ticket because they know that ticket is the only pro-union, pro-labor ticket that will make swill that work conditions get better or are at a minimum acceptable level, a safe level, and also so that people will be paid fair wages. Well, I think the most important thing is Tim Walz is a pro-union governor. I think that will be a consistent theme in Minnesota and in Michigan. I think for us, again, because the agriculture piece is stronger in states like Minnesota and Nebraska. I think that's Governor Walz's value add to the ticket. But really, like winning Michigan, like the key piece is fighting for your middle class workers, right? Your auto workers, people who work 1.5, maybe 2 jobs. Governor Walz is a very unique case. When you look at Hmong folks, we've shifted a little bit. And I think Hmong Americans and Taiwanese Americans share a very interesting common thread because, like our story, right, is that we are anti-communist, right? So Hmong folks are anti-communist against the communists in Laos and Southeast Asia. And so for a lot of older folks who fought in that war, they're Republican because Republicans are typically anti-communist. But I'd also say the Republican Party has changed a lot. They are embracing Russia. They are embracing communism. My district is heavily API. We have one of the largest concentrations in the entire country of API voters. He won this district. We helped him win his statewide race. And so I think Governor Walz has done a really good job connecting to API voters in Minnesota on an international level, right? Like he's done a really good job of selling Minnesota-grown agricultural products to a lot of Asian countries like Japan and like Taiwan. We actually have a really strong trading relationship between Minnesota and Taiwan. And Governor Walz really strengthened that relationship. We export a lot of our soybeans to Taiwan. And I think a mark of the importance of that relationship was our Taiwanese friends, across the ocean sent us a bunch of face masks because our state and frankly, our country just wasn't ready for the pandemic.